Went to school at Auburn, and I'm watching a horse that died just a couple of days ago. She colicked and didn't respond to any medical treatment at all. Continued to get worse and worse and worse, and breathed her last breath and was dead with no pulse and cold. And then 4 of us laid our hands on her and began to pray for her healing after she was dead. And she jumped up on all 4 feet, almost knocked 2 of us down, and started walking around her stall like she was normal. And over the course of the following 24 hours, she started defecating. She had her gut sounds back. She became where she wasn't painful anymore. And now you see her walking around the round pen, and she's about to go home. And this was with no more medical intervention after the death, other than resurrection through Christ Jesus our Lord. So this is a living miracle right here.
So would you have thought, if I'm not mistaken, was she not sedated so much before then that she shouldn't, even if she would not have died, she shouldn't have been able to get up?
Yes, a normal horse that had been given the amount of sedation half an hour prior to death that she had been would not have been able to get up from recumbency and walk normally 30 minutes after the sedation.
Well,
this is completely against any medical knowledge that we have. This had nothing to do with human intervention. This is all supernatural intervention.
well, it definitely changed my life and the way I think about things, and I would think it would yours too.
Oh, it has.
I mean,
you don't even know. You don't even know how it has since that day.
That's just amazing. And I guess that was my last hope, and her name being Hope. You called me. I felt like you felt sorry for me and said, okay, well, send your aunt on because I want you to feel like you've tried everything you could. And so we were going to do a procedure that would either kill her or possibly make her better.
Yeah.
But she was beyond that.
Yes, she really was.
And
that procedure really was futile.
And so they couldn't get here fast enough, and I just told you to do what you needed to do, and they got there right after.
And I never did the procedure.
Yeah.
I was waiting because I knew there was nothing I could do to help this horse.
Yeah.
She was beyond my help.
Well, hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. I'm just glad to be a part of it. All right.
Look at her.
I
I
know.
want you to see. You see all this poop?
Oh, I know. That's
see
how
all
she normally is all the time.
There's so much poop out in there. I can't even count all the piles.
I want to ride her today.
You want to see how all that gas is gone?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is gone. She looks normal.
Yeah, she was so huge, it was horrible. I mean, wasn't her stomach was so swollen that you couldn't get a tube in right there at the end.
I couldn't even tube her anymore. And it was so distended, it was compressing her lungs. She was struggling to even get a breath.
Well, I just didn't want her to suffer, and I was just going to tell you, go on and do what you had to do, which when you called me, I was waiting on, she didn't make it call.
Yeah.
And then when you said she died, and I oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you said, but we prayed over and she jumped up. And I was like, ah.
Yeah.
That was just crazy.
Without the intervention and without God's healing hand, the next call I made to you would have been, your horse has died. She has departed our midst.
Well,
she did, momentarily.
Like I said, if she never amounts to anything, and this is what I prayed for, if she never amounts to anything except a trail riding horse, I needed hope. I needed that healing for just myself, just to know that he's listening.
Let me tell you, it was like an electric jolt went through the horse. And she went from dead to on all 4 feet. She didn't even stand the way a horse normally does. It was on her side and then on all 4 feet and walking around. And
So did you almost die or what?
oh yeah, I felt the jolt. I mean, I'm not sure if it was the jolt that almost knocked me down, or if it was her, because I had my eyes closed when it happened. And I'll tell you, since that time, since that day, I've had terrible headaches all